we're gonna continue on page 56. So we did click the gray square on the left of the top row. Notice that the row is highlighted in a Alcor color. So it is so associated with the feature of the map. So Shanghai is selected. This step is called selecting a feature. So you can select one feature at a time or multiple features. How would you do that? So Sao Paulo. Why don't we see Sao Paulo? Because it's here in Brazil, right? We're going to click Control, and then multiple feature is selected. Anyway, right now we're going to do the top 5. We're going to hold the Control key and select the 5 largest city in the table. That has a lot of people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So, and then we have the 5 highlighted cities at the bottom of the table that you can see 5 out of 256 features that are selected. Then by pressing the button shown in the accompanying graphic, you can choose to show all records in the table or only select records. Anyway, on the map tab in the selection group, and then we're going to clear selection, not this one, clear selection. And this means it clear our selection anyway. And if you don't want this table, then you just choose the table by clicking the X in the upper right corner. If the table is floating, so if I dock it, let me dock it. And if you dock it, you close it here. And if you are not dock it, then it's just right here. All right. So you can also select feature manually in the map without using the attribute table. You can just select it and you have to hit Control. But it's difficult. You have to, choose the one. That's New York. Okay. All right. Zooming to any country on the map tab, click the selection tool, and so map and selection, it's right here. And we just click, we don't have to do anything here, and we're gonna go right here. Oh, that's a lot. All right. I now have to back up here and clear. All right, zoom out a little bit, and then zooming to any country on the map tab, click the select tool and click a country, and I did that, and I undo it. Notice that in an icon appears, click the down arrow to see a list of overlapping features. So if you open the world population attribute table, you see that the selection country row is highlighted in the table. Click different layers in the overlapping features. List changes in the selection, and it is reflected in the respective features attribute table. But here we're gonna do is click the New Guinea. To select multiple features, press and hold the Shift key as you click each desired feature or draw a rectangle. Earlier I click here, it's a map, and select, and you can do rectangle or circle or line or what the option that you have it here. Selection are more than a visual aid that you can generate circulation to run geoprocessing operation on selected set of features rather than entire set. You will do this later in our videos. So to clear the selection, we're going to click clear bottom at the map tab. It's just right here, clear. All right, to zoom to the full extent of the map, click the save bottom at the top of the application. And then we're back. So, and And then now we're going to continue to next exercises. So in exercise 2B, we're going to customize the appearance of the map using symbols and labels. And we're going to use the measure tool to find the approximate distance between cities, exam, and add a base map. So, and we're going to create project package for sharing. All right, we're going to go highlight cities in the contents of the pen. So where is right here, cities. And then highlight this, and we're going to click appearance and symbology. And then click symbology bottom. Oh, cool. That's really nice. All right. And we're going to explain here a little bit. Here are some other ways to access the symbology. You can just right click on the table of contents for city, and then you can go to property. Let's see if we still can do symbology here. Nope, they don't have a symbology here. And it's right click on world and then go to properties. Where is symbology? Right click a layer in the contents panel and click symbology. We do have a symbology. Let me right click on it again. And right here, symbology. Oh, no wonder you have the icon. And that's how you access the symbology for this one. Or in the layer legend, click symbology icon. In the layers legend. And layers legend, it's right here. And then right click on it. And it doesn't have symbology. It's right here, but it's not activate. All right. So the symbology PIMS open symbology. What does symbology mean? It means the manner in which GIS features are displayed on a map. So the symbology dictates not only the size, shape, and color of map features, but also the conventions and rules used for displaying these features. Symbology is not just for looks, but and it also conveys meaning to map readers. So if you notice that, for example, that the city layer is represented in graduated symbols, see, graduated symbols, we're using those circles. In this case, cities are represented by a range of symbols based on an attribute field called POP, POP, which means population, right here. So the greater the population, the larger the symbology. So on the symbology panel, we're going to go symbology. All right. And click the symbol template to edit it. That's our template. Okay. So if earlier we click map and we click map, it's appearance symbology, and we're going to explain here a little bit. It's on page 61. Spatial data, it is the simplest form. It is a collection of points, lines, and polygons. But here you can modify default symbols to make your map more readable and informative. You can display map features in the following ways. Single symbol. Wow, cool. One symbol is used for all features in a layer. And then you can do unique values. So used for categorical data, different symbols represent various attributes. For example, imagine you have a polygon layer of parklands, and it has an attribute that identifies each feature as either a state or national park. You can symbolize state parks using a black outline and a green fill, and national parks using a gray outline and brown fill. So graduated symbols, graduated colors, used for quantitative data, different colors represent different value ranges. Often a color ramp is chosen in which darker colors correspond to higher values. For example, in this map, the world population layer is symbolized using graduated colors, in which darker colors represent higher population attribute values. The user decides how values are classified and how many categories there should be. Graduated symbols used for quantitative data. Symbols increase in size with increased values. Earthquake epicenters might be given graduated symbols that represent magnitude values. The user chooses the classification method and a number of categories. Dictionary, a method to apply symbols, either graphic or text symbols to data using a predefined data dictionary. Symbols vary according to dictionary rules and attribute values. Alright, so under format point symbol, choose any 2D symbols, template that from the gallery. So it's right here, ArcGIS 2D. So then we're going to try the same in our okay. The circle 5, choose symbol, click in the small X in the upper right hand corner. So we're going to close this right here. I closed it, and we don't need this. We're going to close it. So we're going to label features. So in our map, we usually just right click on that layer and go to label, and the same we will do it here. So city labels appears clustered at the full extent of the map. So if I zoom out a little bit, you see it's crazy. City label appear cluster at the full extent of the map. You will set a visibility scale so that the city labels appear only when zoomed to it. So that we could do is labeling, and we click the labeling. So when city is still highlighted in the contents, so it's still highlighted. And if you can click the labeling tab in the feature layer ribbon, so this is the feature layer ribbon, and notice that the labeling field is set to city's name already. It's right here. And attribute, you can change this field so that the labels display city population or some other attribute if you want. In the visibility range group next to the beyond, either enter so that we have beyond, out beyond, in beyond. So out beyond, we're going to enter, or we can choose 75 million, and I have to put 75 million, 75, and hit enter. All right, and then you cannot see until I'm zooming. So I'm zoom out. You don't see anything. It's a dynamic map, and I do need to go back to map and clear. Okay, and then labeling. So now I'm zooming in out. All right. So here I enter 75 million, which means this range means that when you are zoomed to a full extent, you do not see the labels. But as you zoom in to a scale, or 1 to 75 million or closer, labels are turned on. Zoom until the label appears. So let me zoom out, and you don't see any label. And you can change the scale as well. So, and then we're going to use the measure tool. We still have a 1 minute for the recording. I think we can just do that real quick. So the measure tool, it's the same back in ArcMap. So it's this tool. If you click on it and you zoom to South Africa on the map tab, and then the measure tool is down to the arrow, and notice the different configuration that you can choose from this tool. We're going to click measure the distance. So measure distance, measure area, measure features. They do update those tools. That's very nice.